In your science notebook, you're going to write food web, dot, 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 page 24 to 25. You should already have your food web design kind of laid out, but not glued down until you are looking at this to make sure it's correct. Then on page 24 and 25, you're going to write page 24 and 25 on the bottoms, and then you can write food web on the top. So I wish I could show you this all at one time, but unfortunately I cannot. The food web is multiple food chains that are put together. So the food web is going to start like it always does, or the food chain starts with the sun. That's the source of all energy. That sun is going to give energy to the producers. So this energy goes to this tree. That's one food chain. It also goes to this plant over here. This is another food chain. Multiple food chains connected together to make a food web. This little grasshopper guy will eat off of this plant. So the energy from this plant goes to this grasshopper guy. Also, the energy from this plant goes to the sloth. Sloths will also eat this tree. All right. Oh, y'all can't see my sloth in the picture. There you go. This lizard will eat this grasshopper guy. So the energy from the lizard goes to, the energy from the grasshopper goes to the lizard. We also have a snake down here, and the snake will eat the lizard, so the energy from the lizard travels to the snake. All right, depending on what type of snake that is, the snake could eat the sloth and get energy from the sloth, but I'm not really sure what type of snake that is, if he's big enough to actually eat the sloth. All right, our food web continues because the energy from this plant also will provide energy to the caterpillar when the caterpillar eats the plant. The caterpillar will provide energy to the, I don't know what type of bird this is, to the frog, and also to this parrot down here. This is probably a toucan, and that's probably a parrot. So that grasshopper, that's not a grasshopper, that worm is providing energy to multiple animals. We have one more animal in our food web, which I'm guessing is some sort of cat, like a bobcat or a mountain lion, or I'm not sure. But it's a bigger type of cat, not just your house cat. So he would definitely get energy from the frog. And he might possibly also get energy from these birds. Depends on if he can catch the birds. I'm not real up to date on what types of animals eat birds. I know that like owls can eat smaller birds. I don't know if cats actually catch birds. I guess they can. So if you feel that a cat, like a bobcat, would catch a bird and be able to eat it, then you could draw a line from this bird, this toucan or this parrot, to this bobcat. You could also draw one from here to the bobcat. That's your interpretation of this food web. The main point that you should gather from this food web is that it's multiple food chains that are put together. They always start with the sun, which gives energy to producers. The producers give energy to primary consumers, which are usually small animals. I have a small animal over here as well. The small animals give energy to secondary consumers, and then the tertiary consumers are is at the top of the food chain. Humans are actually tertiary consumers. On this side again, we have the producer, the primary consumer here. This is also a primary consumer. We have this secondary consumer, which eats the grasshopper, and then we have a tertiary consumer, the snake. So the important things are to know that it's multiple food chains stuck together. All the energy starts with the sun, and you have to make sure that the arrows are showing the flow of energy. They have to point in the right direction.